Thanks, Chair. Minister, your response to the House, I have to say, is an utter insult, and your handling of this situation has been absolutely atrocious. To get up to this debate and answer by saying this is an EU directive, we can't change it. Do you even listen to yourself or know what you're saying? When the dogs on the streets know that every single EU member state has had the right to choose its own competent authority, you were going to choose a different one. Now, how in God's name is that not our function here today? The only justification you gave for that is that you felt it was the right choice. You said the previous Attorney General had a conflict of interest with the IAA, which nobody here is arguing for, so now Fingal doesn't have that. You saying that doesn't address the points made by the other deputies and myself. So as far as I'm concerned, the conflict of interest which we highlighted stands, because you haven't said a single thing that contradicts it. The conflict of interest doesn't arise with the CAR. Now, could you please address some of those points as to why it wasn't chosen? Because I think we made some very good arguments as to why that should be the body. You've chosen a strategy to have one regulator. God Almighty, it should have this area of regulation. And for Deputy Troy, I didn't talk about jobs or connectivity because it's irrelevant for the purposes of this discussion. I didn't talk about the appeals process or what's going to happen because it's irrelevant. The appeals process will be as it is for Fingal. It will be with On Board Pleanála if we choose CAR, because that's what's in front of us in the legislation. And to talk about urgency, the urgency boat sailed long ago, and if this government or the previous one was keen about urgency, they would have addressed it before now. Now, we're not the only member state that hasn't enacted this regulation yet. A slight delay, a little bit further, wouldn't do any harm, but I haven't heard anything that would lead me to believe that such a delay is necessary or inevitable if the CAR is chosen, because whatever organisation is chosen, it needs the expertise. So that too is a red herring. We need to go with the CAR. If we're talking about a one-stop regulatory body, that's the one that should have noise.